Hi guys, it's Ella. Welcome back to my channel. It has been 4 months since I've posted anything. My 2 past videos have actually been doing really well, particularly my first one. So if you're new and you want to go watch them, they're already on my channel. I did a what I eat in a day and a Q&A with my mum, which I was quite ill at the time of doing that. My body hasn't changed too much since doing them videos, but my mindset and my mind has changed a lot, and I wanted to kind of do an updated video, me just having a little bit of a chat, talking about anorexia, eating disorders, to just kind of update with you guys with where I'm at, give advice to you if you have eating disorders, and just have a little bit of a chat really. This is me back on YouTube, kind of, not for good, but I'm going to see how it goes. I will be doing a few what I eat videos, just videos based on anorexia recovery, because as well as I'm doing amazing at the minute, I kind of went from being almost recovered to the stage before. I went through a lot of rough things in my life, and it made the eating disorder come back, and it made me think maybe I thought I was doing better than what I actually was. But anyway, I will be rambling all day if I don't shut up and just start. So that's what I'm going to do. I actually left a question box on my Instagram not too long ago, just saying, has anyone got any questions for me to answer? And I got quite a few responses, so they're what I'll be getting questions from. So the first question is, when did your eating disorder start and what was the cause? Sorry, just had to look over there. So my eating disorder started when I was 11, so I was very young. It kind of came off of bad body image and always being the bigger friend out of the whole group, and that's how it spiraled. But I always say to people that ask me, I think in my head that I've always had a bit of anorexia in me ever since I was like 9, because I can always remember being insecure about like my thighs and my legs and my whole entire body. But it wasn't till I was about 11 that I actually did something about it and decided I was going to lose weight, and then obviously it just spiraled into anorexia. But I would say the cause was that, and also I was being bullied at the time, which didn't make anything better and just fueled the eating disorder really. So the second question is, how did you know when you wanted to recover, and how do you know if you're truly ready to recover? So there wasn't like a point where I knew that I wanted to recover. It was almost just like I was so fed up with anorexia. I was just so annoyed, and I was just like, I don't think I can do this anymore. And that was just when I decided, oh, I'm going to get better now. And as much as it's not been smooth sailing, I said for quite a long time that I was in recovery when I really wasn't. I was actively engaging in eating disorder habits, and sometimes I still catch myself doing that, and that is normal in recovery. Recovery is never going to be smooth sailing. You are going to relapse. You are, in the end, you not like fully relapse, but you are going to, it's not just going to go from here and keep on going up. It's going to be a bumpy ride, but as long as you keep on having more ups than downs, you're going to be in recovery. And yeah, you just know. And honestly, anybody can recover at whatever time, no matter their weight. So you can. Please believe in yourself. The third question is, were you open to your friends about your struggles? So, when I first got diagnosed, it was a big secret, and I think it's because my mum and dad were absolutely shocked by my diagnosis, which you're bound to be, and I was only very young, and it was kind of a taboo subject at the time, so my parents didn't want anybody to know. They now know how wrong it was of them to think that, but I ended up telling somebody in my school, and they then wound up telling everybody. So everyone just knows that I have an eating disorder, and then obviously with my platform now, everyone knows that I am anorexic. But I don't mind that because people don't know I'm actively walking anorexic. I think it's better that I'm open with it than people just knowing I have it but not really knowing what it is, or not really knowing what symptoms I have, or not really knowing my story. I'd rather me be open about it and tell people. But obviously it is hard to be honest with yourself when you are struggling, and it is hard to open up and telling people. But when you find your right friend group and your right friends, it will be so easy to open up, or they'll just know that you're upset, or they'll just know something's up. But there will always be people out there that care. How to deal with body image struggles. So at the minute, touch wood, I have not been getting any body image thoughts too much. Obviously, sometimes I look in the mirror and I think I'm fat. It happens to the best of us. It really does, because society nowadays kind of deems even slim people as fat. That's just why we just shouldn't listen. But it is a lot better than what I was. But when I was going through the worst with my body image struggles, my CAMS workout made me cover all my full length mirrors up with towels. Another good thing is putting like affirmations around your mirrors, telling you how you're good enough, and how your body doesn't define you, and what you're actually seeing is probably a distorted image of yourself, and it's not what you're actually seeing. It's just your head trying to play games with you. Doing that is really good. For me, it's when I was in the very early stages of weight restoration, I would wear huge jumpers, joggers. Obviously now, I'll just show you what I'm wearing now. I'm just wearing this like grey flowy top and some Adidas joggers, so I'm still really comfy at the minute, still like dressing comfy. I'm not a big fan of jeans, still wear them, not a big fan. And not a big fan because the way they make my body look, and they're uncomfortable. But yeah, they're some of the best tips. There's so many good Instagram posts about body image and how you know that it's disordered and that it shouldn't affect your eating, and just know you're incredible no matter what your body or your weight is, and you deserve full freedom with food. And yeah, someone said, what's the best thing you've gotten out of recovery? Well, I'm very much still in recovery, so I am not fully recovered by any means, and I also struggle with depression and OCD. And I don't want to say what, but I'm currently on the waiting list for tests for the way my mind works. Possible like ADD and other stuff that I'm just being tested for at the minute, which is quite hard to deal with, but at the same time it's also good, because I feel like if I am diagnosed with something, I will finally figure out why I'm the way I am, if you know what I mean. Obviously that wouldn't explain my eating disorder or anything like that, but it'll explain a lot of my anxiety if these tests come back positive. But we don't know, because CAMS is ridiculously underfunded, and it's going to take them ages to get the results back. So I didn't actually really finish answering that question. The best thing I've gotten so far is, I think, just my relationship with my mum, and being able to go out for meals with my mum and be so open and honest with her, and just not isolate myself. That's definitely the best thing that I've got out of it, and also my recovery account and helping other people is a massive factor to my recovery. I don't know what I would do without this account. YouTube, recovery YouTubers, which there's a question about that later, so I'll get into that as well. I don't know what I would do without YouTube and Instagram. I really don't, but I love it. How to know the difference between disordered eating and being mindful with your food. Okay, so I don't even really know what to say because with me, you just know when you have disordered eating, like when them thoughts come into your head, when it's kind of all based about calories, all based about you wanting to restrict your calories massively for weight loss, and then you kind of just gain another voice in your head, and you can tell at the time, you can tell when you have this thing in your head. You can kind of, if you have a suspicion that you have disordered eating, you most likely have disordered eating. And I know you guys probably don't want to hear that, but if you have a suspicion that you have an eating disorder, you most likely have an eating disorder. And being mindful with your food, obviously that's good. I'm not saying eat 20 packs of M&Ms. I'm not saying that. That is not what I'm saying. Obviously, you should be eating nutritionally dense food. You should be eating fruit and veg. You should. But it's when it all gets based around calories and about not eating that, and like not eating nuts and like foods like that, that you actually need to eat that are healthy for you, is when you're going to know that there is a problem. I hope I explained that well. That was a bit of a full-on question for 14-year-old Ella, but I answered it the best I could. How do you tackle fear foods? Okay, so I have a fear food jar that I write all my fear foods on. I rip them up, put them in the jar, pick one out every day and do it, and challenge and repeat. Because if you do it once, I promise you it will not get any better. You will open it, you will eat it, you will obviously feel so much anxiety, and then you won't eat it for ages, and then you'll have to do the exact same thing. That's why you have to keep challenging it, so the fear eventually goes away. And I know it's going to be so hard. I know, because my biggest fear foods, I haven't challenged some of my biggest fear foods yet, and I'm a year into recovery. So, well, I wouldn't even say a year into proper recovery. I would say proper recovery really started after I hit the nail on the head with exercise. So I would say my real recovery started in about May 2020 this year. But I still haven't been able to challenge a lot of my biggest fear foods yet, because I'm just too anxious, and that's okay. Things take time, but the more and more you keep putting it off, the more and more it'll build up in your head. You just have to do these things, and honestly, you will know when the time is right. Like, do you want to honestly fear cake forever? Most likely not. So do it the first time. It will be the most difficult thing you've ever done, and then it will just keep on getting better. Take my word. Not lying. Can I recover at a healthy weight? Yes, you most certainly can. Anybody can recover. Overweight, underweight, normal weight. It doesn't matter. BMI is absolute rubbish. And whether you're a healthy weight or not, you may well be a healthy weight to the NHS, but not a healthy weight for your actual body. With me, I'm not going to act like I was at a healthy weight, because I wasn't. I was very ill. But I most certainly started full recovery in May 2020 when I was at a healthy weight after being forced to weight restore. I started recovery by myself at a healthy weight, so I can kind of see why you would fear it, because you would think, oh, I have to get really ill before I can get better. But you may not survive. If you get really ill, you may not survive. There may not be another chance. And why are you just getting ill to put on weight again? It makes no sense, and that's your eating disorder. And if you want to recover, you need to do it. You need to do it for you, and you can't keep putting it off and letting your eating disorder win, because at the end of the day, that's what it wants. So somebody put, if I hate my body at a low weight, how will I like it at a higher weight? Because when you're at a low weight, your head is so ill and mentally ill and consumed with anorexia, you will see yourself a lot bigger than what you actually are, and you will think, oh, I couldn't. It'll be your anorexia in your brain going, you can't gain any weight, you don't even like yourself now. But really, when you've actually gained the weight in the end, you will see and you will look back and you will think, why was I scared of gaining this weight? I look amazing. And do you want to look like a board for the rest of your life? You want boobs, you want a bum, you want curves, because we're women and we need stuff like this to live. So you just have to tell your eating disorder to sod off, to be completely honest. You just have to tell it, let me eat this divine food, literally leave me alone. I want to eat. And I'm going to, and I don't want to exercise, and I'm not going to, because if you don't want to exercise, you don't have to. So, yeah, the answer is you will think completely different when you have gained your weight in the end. What has been the proudest moment in your recovery? Seeing my dad happy and actually being able to eat the meals that my mum makes for myself, and seeing my mum happy and seeing just how happy I'm making people. And when my mum's friends say to her that they can see a difference in me, that's when it really hits home to me, because I think that is my mum that's singing. But yeah, I love it, absolutely love it. Love recovery. We stand recovery. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. The mother just wanted the clothing, so that's what I gave her. Right, everyone, just go into my photos. Someone said, did you go all in or gradually increase your calories? I was put onto a meal plan, so I didn't really even go all in because I was still hungry even though I was eating my meal plan, but I didn't gradually increase my calories. I was just put on like a 2,500 calorie meal plan. I think it might have been plus at some point because I was losing weight on the meal plan, but I was also exercising at the time compulsively, which was obviously anorexia, and I don't do that anymore. So yeah, I think the best option for you though, if you guys are contemplating, is definitely all in, because your hunger will gradually go out, and just you increasing calories isn't going to make you recover from anorexia, because you'll still be counting calories. I'm losing my voice, by the way. I've not got COVID. Well, the test is saying I've not got COVID, but my school at the minute, literally half the people at our school are off with COVID, so it could very well be COVID, but my tests are saying it's not, so it might just be a sore throat. How do you get a healthy relationship with exercise? Right, so I've very much struggled with exercise. I was addicted. I literally would cry and have a breakdown in my room. Well, definitely not in my room, because if I was in my room I would be exercising. But if I was out and just couldn't do the exercise, I would break down. It was not a good time in my life. It brings back awful memories. But I just think you have to have a break from it in recovery, and then when you definitely know that your mindset has changed, go back to it. But only if you want to, only if you enjoy it, and make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. Right, so the last one is your favourite recovery YouTubers. Okay, so I'm going to list a few, because there's a few that I love, and some aren't recovery based, but they are food based and they do help me a lot. So Chelsea Lauren, absolutely adore her so much. Adore her. I will leave all these people's channels in the description, by the way. But Chelsea Lauren, queen. She is vegan, but she just doesn't do it in a restrictive way. She's one incredible person, and she inspired me a lot to make this video, actually, without even knowing me. Elzani, if you guys don't know Elzani, you have to follow her. She's incredible. She does vlogs with her family. Literally obsessed with her whole entire family. Adore you, Elzani, and your sisters. Grackle, she's another incredible person, as well as Hannah Marling. Nuttyfoodiefitness is also just an incredible person that very much promotes a no-calorie based diet. Not no-calorie based, I mean no-calorie counting diet, and she loves peanut butter. She's incredible. My last two is Ro Mitchell. A lot of you may know her as Recovering, and Therealrapunzel. Absolutely adore them. So yeah, I'm gonna go. This has actually been quite long. I didn't realise I could chat this much. Hope you all have an amazing day or rest of your days. I will try and get this video up maybe tomorrow. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably get this up tomorrow. You'll probably see this on Thursday. It's Wednesday today. Love you all.
Hi everyone, I know this quality is shit. I'm on my iPad. Just want to say, follow my Instagram. It's in the link below. It's my recovery Instagram. And I'm sorry that I have mascara all over my face in the clips. Basically, I've been crying before, so mascara just went everywhere and then I forgot to sort it. So, sorry if that annoyed you. I did kind of sort it out halfway through, but you can't really tell that much. Thanks for watching.